right, I think I'm live. Let's see here. YouTube has not told me that we're live yet, but I assume we are. So hello, 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 everybody. Happy weekend to you. Hope you're doing well and enjoying the wonderful energies that are going out in the world. Hello, Joanna. Hello. Hey, Patricia. Good to see everybody. Yeah, it's not. Well, that's good. So hopefully I am live. There it goes. Okay. Now it shows people actually here. So I was going, is something going on today? Who knows? Who knows? But hello. Hope you're doing well, all my Zen friends. And before we get started into everything, I've brought back the singing bowl because we could really use that energy now. I know a lot of people have been mentioning it's some pretty intense energy that's happening. And it's always good to find ways to ground ourselves, to bring ourselves into a nice little cocoon of peace and love. So we'll do that. So I'll hit the singing bowl 3 times and just imagine a beautiful waterfall of unconditional love energy filling up your heart, your mind, your body, your life, whatever, and flowing out to the world. And then while we're hitting that too, if you're taking some deep breaths in, holding it for a moment, and in that moment of pause, think of something that you're grateful for and just thank the creator for it. That helps raise our low vibration too. All right, so here we go. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Let me just put her over here out of the way here. So hello, everybody. So, welcome all my Zen friends. So good to see you all. Welcome back. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. Two things definitely we can use at this time of humanity, right? So we definitely have a lot of um, opportunity to choose higher vibration or experience lower vibration. So it's always lovely, right? But so welcome. There's always room for more Zen friends. And if you're new to the process, how the free readings work, we do go down in order, first come, first serve, down the chat. There's no specialist. The chat is it. All you do is put your question out there or ask for a general reading. And if you don't want to put your business out there, then you can just ask for a general reading. But you can post your specific question too. Um, and then we pull 1 to 2 cards for those for the free readings. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I step out of the free readings, dive deeper into those, meaning I pull more cards for those too. And then once I'm done, I return back to the free readings. You can make a donation of any kind. I don't have a set dollar amount because I know cost of living and finances vary from person to person, moment to moment, all across the world. So, whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. You can use the super chat at the bottom, or in the description box of the video, I do have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So you can use whichever one is most convenient for you. Um, then after that, my YouTube channel members get second priority for their free readings. You'll see their names in green with their badges. So Johanna is one of my YouTube channel members. So hello, hello. Good to see you too. Blowing kisses, right? And if you're interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, you get priority during these sessions. And then uh, if I don't get through all of the readings in a session, I always make sure to complete my donations and my YouTube channel members. It's part of their membership. So we do. Um, I'll come back on to complete those if I run out of time same day. So that's a benefit. And then also we get together during the week. I was getting together on Wednesdays, but starting next week, I'm ixnaying Wednesday nights because I'm preparing for something fun in the future. I'm very excited for it's for my personal growth, and I don't want to spoil the surprise. So we'll see how long I can keep a secret. But so Thursday nights is when both our two levels, Zen Cricket is $2.99 a month, Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month. We get together, and then my Praying Mantis members have a Friday night and Saturday night session after my lives, and then also on Sunday afternoons. So we have all that, and the Praying Mantis also gets advanced access to all the videos I put out. And I tell you, this year, crazy, crazy wonderful adventure energy we're having this year. And so Spirit has had me creating a lot of videos. It's keeping me mostly out of trouble. You know, we have a monthly, like a Zen gate, like 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4. There's all these portals every month. We have a special video for that. We also have new moon videos, full moon videos when the sun changes zodiac sign. We got weekly Zen Bytes, which are little snippets of um, Zen wisdom from above that helps us return to our Zen or stay in our Zen. And then we also have a monthly quest video that focuses on an element that helps us with our mind, our emotions, our energy, our physical world, or connecting to the ethereal. And we're also getting to know our elemental spirit guides. Yes, we all have elemental spirit guides. um, every human is granted five. Four are over the four elements. The fifth one is ethereal, which is actually our guardian angel, which is a lot different than we've been taught as humans what a guardian angel is, or our our guardian angel. So we'll find out more about that in May. Um, but so we have all those. We also have quarterly equinox and solstice readings for each element. And then also I have my 2025 yearly forecast by each individual zodiac sign. All of that is free. It's all on the my main page. Also, there's playlist links in the description box of the video if you want to jump to any of those ever. Um, so I love those. And of course, like I said, my Praying Mantis members have advanced access. I just put out Aries season and Aries equinox, and I'm recorded that far in advance, which is March 20th energy. So you can get advanced access to all of that. There's a link down below for the um, memberships if you're interested in seeing what that's all about, etc. Also, this is my birthday month. Happy birthday to me and all you other Sun Aquarians. So I'm having a crazy Zen super sale. All my personal readings, recorded personal readings, are on sale. That's also in the link in the description box. It lists all it out, which includes, so I have personal readings where you can send me an email with all your questions, or I actually have kind of formatted readings, relationship readings. There's like 6 different kinds. I have past life readings, I've got life purpose readings, and then also birthday readings. So there's a little in the link when you click on it, you can go to a page that tells you all the questions and all the things I focus on with them. That's why it's kind of like you know, like a menu at a restaurant sometimes they have where you can create your own, meal, but sometimes you just like a meal that you can select and it's all done for you. That's what those are about. And then also my hedges of peace and love are half off. It's a 2-week process that energetically creates a space around you that moves lower vibrational things outside of this hedge for a couple weeks to give you time to recuperate, to investigate, to reflect, and just to regenerate. So if you're interested, that's down there below too. So blah blah blah. So some of the videos that just came out, like this morning, we have the Pisces new moon video that just came out. Let me see, is this too much? Almost. Let's see here. Let me get rid of a couple of characters here. There we go. Oh, one more. All right. Sorry, I have one too many characters. I'm just trying to find one to delete. Okay, that should work. Okay, there we go. So, so we have that one that's coming up next week. And so Mercury enters its pre-shadow and also Venus dives into her own retrograde on March 1st. So all this video talks about, the new moon energy and it has a reading in there too, if you're interested. Also, this last Monday, we had this month's quest come out, which is the Quest of the Ocean Rider, which is the Knight of Cups. So this is about getting to know um, our emotional center and our water elemental spirit guide. So if you're interested, that well, it really helps around this time too with all the emotional energy. Oh my God. So be sure to check that out. And then, of course, yesterday we had a new Zen Bite, which is called Both Sides of the Pond. It talks a lot about water energy. And then, of course, we did enter Pisces season. So happy birthday, all you Pisces sun babies. And there is the reading for that. And we actually have a card, a bonus card for each individual zodiac sign to talk about this Pisces season as well, in what area of your life you can nurture yourself. So those are all fun and all free. So if you want to check those out for additional messages, boom, boom, shakalaka. All right. So that's way of, hey, Teresa. Hello, hello, sexy voice. Stop it, you. All right. So today I'm going to be using this Soha Mystic Tarot. This is what the box looks like. So, fastly becoming one of my top favorite decks. Don't tell my other tarot, but I love the imagery on it. It's just so, I don't know, just has this brightness to it within it. All right, so we do have a couple donations. We'll start there. And yeah, we don't have a whole lot of people here today so far, right? So we might just get to the free readings pretty fast here too. Something's going on in the world or something with the YouTube algorithm, probably, which is okay. We know everyone that needs messages are here right now, and that's the most important thing. So, Johanna, thank you so much for your dual donations. We'll start there. We'll give that first one love and a like there. And you want to know what would that job there be like? Should or could you apply? All right, let's take a look here. So, of course, there's no should on spirit side, right? There's just different choices, different experiences and outcomes, and we'll see the energy. If you got a job at this place, what would it be like, right? So we'll take a look here. Thank you, Teresa. So let's see here. And then you can decide, is this somewhere that feels like for you, right? Hmm. I know my little we got the 7 of Swords on the bottom of the deck here, right? The 7 of Swords can be a deceptive, secret, um, not the whole truth kind of energy around this. So we'll see what else is here. But that immediately has it being it's not all it's cracked up to be, and there's some hidden things that you're not aware of around the job or at the job. Um, so we'll see what else we have here, though. We'll uncover it. So three cards came out together. You have the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self. And you do have the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups, which is balancing between your head and heart, and joy, 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 joy here too. And I feel like these other cards are more about the job, and these three cards are more about spirit going, does this match your heart? Is your heart leading you there? Does it feel balanced? Does it feel like something where you could be true, again, true to your authentic self, where you could be you, or would you feel like you had to hide yourself? Is this Does it feel creative? Does it feel expansive? So we'll see here. So I feel like they're just saying when you're looking for jobs and stuff, does this resonate? Does that energy you have there? So at the job, you have the Page of Wands, which this is a lot of energy. They require a lot of energy, it seems. The Ace of Cups, that's happiness and self love kind of energy. See what these other ones. Page of Swords. So you got all these pages and aces. There's all this newness to this. Yeah, Eight of Wands again, just not again, but a lot of energy, a lot of energy. And the Queen of Swords, balance between your head and your heart again coming in here. So it doesn't seem like it's um like a negative thing. There's just a lot more to the job than they're letting on. I feel like that would require you to invest a lot more energy into it than you think or that you would, or that they are putting on that they would. Like, they're like, yeah, this is what you do. Oh, but there's also these 10 other things. When you start, go, okay, you do that. But then when you get that done, there's all this you can do too. And you're like, oh. So that's the kind of energy I feel like it's a lot more involved and a lot more energy, but it's a great new experience. You got pages and aces, and which you learn a lot. And um, but this Ace of Cups, I feel like, you know, it would be an opportunity for you to learn a lot about your self love too. So I don't feel like they really uh, like reward or recognize hard work. They just expect a lot out of you, and this is what we expect. You do that, okay, check. Not even good job. They're like, okay, all right, now what you need to do, it's like, what, and that's why I feel like it's a lot of work and there's not a lot of recognition. They just want people to give their all, but I don't feel like they give a whole lot back. So it's a great learning experience. I feel like you would learn a lot about your own self worth because you would have to be your own, which you do this anyway, but it's your own cheerleader, your own recognizing what job you're doing, and all of that. Um, so that's interesting. I have this other deck here, which is the Soul Symphony cards. I'm going to use that today for fortune cookies. So let's see what else they have here for you. That's this here. Yeah. So, yeah, self-love, acceptance, self-treatment, intentions, and self-awareness. So, Spirit really emphasizing that Ace of Cups there. I love it, just how they confirm things through these cards. So just know that about it. Um, as long as you go in with your eyes open, that's what matters, right? If you're like, okay, well, at least I know that. Nah, I think I'm good. All right. So that's for the first one there. Excuse me. Oh, how funny. I love it. You're right on the button. I love it. Okay. So that's for the first one. I know, the same vibe, right? If you got the same cards, you'd be like, whoa. And then for your second one, thank you for your second donation. I appreciate that. So you're planning to go to a tattoo event where a person was that you'd heard about but never met. You saw his account and felt a connection. Is he someone you're going to meet? Okay, let's take a look here. So if you go to this tattoo event, are you going to meet them? And what is this draw that you have here? Okay. So the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. So yeah, definitely an attraction there, huh? A vibe, a an energy, a physical attraction, something attracted, right? You're like, I'm drawn to them. Uh-huh. Are you still in heat? I'm just kidding. So will you meet them? Well, you got the magician card and the six of wands. So this is like a yes, that you will meet them because that's the six of wands is all about victory. And the magician is about also your energy. With the ace of wands and the magician card, that's a lot of fire. Actually, all three of these cards are a lot of fire. So there is an energetic draw that's here. And of course, you think I'm still in heat. You're like, I like especially tattooed people and tattoo artists. Yum. You have a thing for tattoo artists, don't you? But, I feel like your energy, um and I feel like your energy is, like, really in this gratitude, in this heightened attraction kind of place, so you guys get drawn to each other, and not in a fear, not in a want, not in a need, not in heat. I know that's we're just joking, right? But well, mostly, but there's this, you know the magician is about moving forward and it's divine masculine energy of moving forward for what we want and what we want to experience. And you're really in that energy right now, I feel, right? And he's a Leo. Okay, there you go. So I see all that. And let's see what this connection is. These four cards came out for that. You got the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is about, movement through emotion and leaving emotions behind that don't serve us anymore and allowing us to go forward. I like someone mentioned like because the 8 of cups they're headed off towards the 9 of cups because that's the progression, but it's also like heading out into the unknown. It's leaving some emotions behind and just allowing yourself to just see what's out there, not with intention. You're like, okay, I'm hunting, right? No, it's just like I'm going exploring and see what's out there, see what happens, see who this person is, what kind of connections are there. And I feel like that's a lot of energy that's here. The two cards in the middle here, you've got the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So there is a bit of blocking here with the Nine of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And it's kind of like, um, Spirit putting up a barrier for you, and it's because your higher self is doing this where it's kind of like this nine, the hermit's journey. They're like kind of keeping a lot of romantic, a lot of relationship kind of energy kind of pocketed away from you right now because there is this time of mother nature, mother nurture, self-nurturing, self-love. You had self-love before and self-nurturing. That's coming in here. So it's like you're kind of letting go of emotions and relationships that don't serve you anymore. And they're kind of going, let's, before you put things back in the place of these other ones that are falling away, they're like, we're just going to keep you kind of pocketed for a little bit because you're going through this kind of transformation and clearing. And you're like, oh, okay. It's for you though, it's because you're raising your love vibration and they're just kind of keeping lower vibrational energies away from you. Not that this person is lower vibration, but just know that there's like this barrier. So if you're wanting to kind of step forward and go in a direction it may not you may feel like a boom, like You don't realize there's a glass, a very clean glass window, and you bump into it, and you're like, "Oh." So just realize that. Let's see what this other card is too. Yeah, and the 9 of swords. So all these nines, it is a time of looking at your fears, letting go of, these other energies, right now. So that you're drawn, there is an energetic draw here, but there's also um, a little bubble around you where you can interact with people. You're laughing. You can interact with people, but you can't, like, touch them. You know? Have you ever seen, like, those movies where people are in these protective bubbles because they've got these, um, like, immune diseases or whatever, so they can't be around germs? It's like, "Hello." Or like those people that walk on water in a giant bubble, like, like they have a hamster bubble, but it's like a human size, and you're walking around in it, and you can go like, "Hi," but you can't physically touch. So, that's what they have for you right now. I feel like you'll meet them, but oh, yeah, right? So, oh my gosh. These cards I think are gonna be very accurate today. Um, you're in a hedge of peace and love. No kidding, right? And that can be, that's kind of what happens because your fortune cookie is separation, silence, longing for you, and distance. So that is that there is separation between you and the romantic stuff right now, which again is for us, right? And it is a hedge in a way, that keeps the lower vibration at a distance so that you can take a breath and think, right, in the quietness, because it's hard to, like, let things go and deal with fears when we're constantly getting pinged by people and all that, right? Yeah, right. You're like, this is good. And it is. The hedge is an amazing thing. Yeah, if you ever if you check out the link, just to read about it, it's really cool because um, it works like crazy, even scary sometimes for people. Like when I first started doing it with friends, and when I first realized, spirit brought to me around it. Actually, it was with my third relationship, um, because his ex actually lived in the same apartment complex as him, and he would just show up and and just give him hell, and they get in arguments and all this stuff, and he was just like, "You do," he knew I did tarot and spirituality and different things like that, and he goes, "You do this stuff, can't you do anything about that?" And I was like, and I'm like, "Well, I don't, like, I don't do curses, I don't, because I don't know that stuff really is real and doesn't work." I said, "I don't use energy in a way that is like, trying to force people to do something, because it doesn't it that's not how energy works anyway," which I learned over the years. I said, "But I don't do that." But what I can do, if you feel that you're done with the lessons with him, then I can create a bubble around you, and if he's not for you, then he'll be moved away. And he is like, "Let's do that. I think I've learned everything I need from him." And then I that was when I learned, I'm like, I just kinda checked in with his higher self, and he was like, "Yeah, he doesn't need to be in the physical area anymore." And so I did that, and, like, 3 days later, he texted me at work and said, "Oh my god, he just contacted me. He's all upset because he's being moved to Alaska." He was in the military. He's being moved to Alaska, and then his apartment burned down. I know, right? Not hopefully not that, thankfully. But, and I was like, "I don't think it's done yet." I felt like No, I feel like he's going further away, and he's like, "Alaska's fine with me as long as he's not in the state." And then he called me a couple days later, and his orders got changed to Germany. So he got sent, like, off continent to the other side of the world, and that was the beginning of going, "Oh, hell, you gotta be careful with this stuff." But then I had other people when I did these hedges where, like, the person that they were kinda having altercations with called him up, cussed him out, and then hung up, and then disappeared out of their life. And and it's like, "What?" And then another time, it was like a friend of mine when I lived in Southern Utah, a friend of hers, came to visit, and while, I came out of my room and my host there was taking a shower, and so her friend was in the living room, but she was crying, and I came out, I'm like, "Are you okay?" She was like, "My effing blah, blah, boss," it's so horrible, I can't take it, and I was like, "Well," and then Spirit was like, "Offer the hedge," and so I offered her a hedge, and she says, "That sounds amazing, let's do that," and then she left and went back, there. Well, she texted me we were texting back and forth throughout the process, and she was like, "Oh my god, he just got fired today." And so these things happen, and I always say, if you're not prepared for for it to go silent, because people like it goes eerily silent, where people stop responding to voicemails and text, and it's just like it really does have this pocket. So it's amazing, the energy, and that's why I offer it. But I think I even have the warning on there. Be prepared if you don't want someone to leave your life or um, to have that disconnect, you may want to wait. Yeah. And our energy can do that. But this is like us intentionally. And I always check in with the higher self of the person. And I've never had them go, now, because it's not like a permanent, like for the rest of your life, it's a 2-week reprieve. It's like a 14-day process where, we can have a break. It's like being in the giant amusement park full of fear rides, and there's a Zen garden in the middle, and you're like, "I'm ready to go have some quiet time, sit and watch the koi pond and have a little yogurt or ice cream or something, and just chill," and it's a great feeling. Yeah, it's like a little mini spiritual vacation. I love it. All right. So, anyway, so that's what they have for you there. All right. So thank you again, Johanna. I love your sense of humor. So, up next, we do have Patty. Thank you so much for your donation. And then I did have one come through the PayPal, Maria. Thank you, Maria. So you'll be up after that. You're welcome, Johanna. Enjoy your separation. All right, let's give that a love and a like here, Patty. So thank you so much. And you want to know, should you proceed with the disciplinary hearing or opt for mutual separation with the company next week? What outcome can you expect? Ooh, my goodness, I know, right? Let's take a look here and see what energy are around here. You know, there are really no shoulds from spirit's perspective. There's just different decisions with different outcomes. So we'll kind of just look at both and see what energy is coming in here, and then you can use your power of choice and free will to decide what you want to do with this, right? So, um, let's take a look here and see um, what is coming with this disciplinary hearing. What energy around this for you? So that way you can see: should I stay or should I go? Do I want to go to this thing or what? Right. So we'll look at that. Let me see here. These are newer cards. Some of them like to stay together. There we go. And yeah, it feels like you've got 3 cards, 2 cards, 1 card, and then there's an underlying thing under the 1 card. But it does feel like there is a countdown to something here. So we'll see what this is about. But at the bottom of the deck, you do have the 3 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles is this energy of um, being true to your authentic self, creativity, being true to you. And so I like that energy underneath is like, there's no right or wrong choice. Whatever you want to do is the perfect choice for you. And, um, not out of fear, not out of, um, any lower vibrational emotion, but it's like taking a big deep breath and stepping back and going, what do I want? And it's like, you know what? I don't need no hearing. I know I don't want to be here. And if it's a mutual separation and there's benefit for you in doing that, it's like do what's good for you, boo. I like that. Let's see what's coming down here. This will give you some more energy and some more idea of what you can expect. So the three cards that came out, you got the Lovers card, emotional, the power of emotional choice, with the Hermit, being by yourself. Uh-oh. And the King of Pentacles, abundance. So it does feel here. I mean, um, it feels like it's very beneficial for you for an emotional choice to to depart and be by yourself. The King of Pentacles feels like it's um, it is the fullness of life. And like, I don't need to be drugged through all this kind of disciplinary hearing and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to do what I want. I feel like this Hermit is you being to yourself. Let's see what these other cards are here too. Yeah. Yeah. So with the Tower card here being a sudden separation, and the Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, a new birth, things coming in here. I feel like where it's headed is one way or another, you're separating anyway with this company. And, but it's for your benefit. I just love that there's this be true to you and don't, and know that all this is happening for you, that because this place isn't where you're destined to be, what's healthiest for you. And this tower is removing it out of your life to make space for something that's more in alignment with who you are and where you want to go, right? Let's see what these other last cards are here. Yeah, Page of Pentacles is about abundance and a new beginning in the outside world. And underneath that, you do have the Hanged Man too, which is transformation and movement, and that does represent like someone going from a caterpillar to a butterfly, and you're realizing that you're in a place with a bunch of caterpillars and you're like, I need to be somewhere where other butterflies are, right? I need to be somewhere where people get me and understand me, but all they know is eat leaves. And you're like, nectar, blossoms, journeys, there might even be a job if you want to travel. I feel like there might even be a job out there, um, that allows you to travel more, um, while you're building your own business, as well. So I do feel like there is this opportunity for you to be so true to your authentic self. All these threes that are in here with this, sorry if you hear the washer in the background. It is doing its spinny thing. There it goes. um, but there is these threes, that are here about movement, and I just realized here too that this is not the Empress. This is the Emperor. So they were showing me Empress in my head. I swear this was the Empress card. So they took over my eyesight for a moment, because that three, the creativity, the new birth is there. And then the Emperor is about you deciding what you want, stepping out of your head from all of the supposed to be, should be, need to be, and all the opinions and all the advisors that blab in a king's ear or an emperor's ear. They're like, thank you. You can clear the throne room. This is my life. This is my kingdom. I'm going to choose what I want for my life and put a plan together and take action toward it. So I like this energy here. I feel like there's separation coming one way or another. So I just feel like this mutual separation with the company next week. It's like, why proceed with a disciplinary hearing if you know you don't want to be there anymore? And you're like, I don't care what their opinion is, what all those results are. You know what? I'm just going to take a mutual separation. And then, um, I know in different companies, people can ask, well, why did you leave your previous company? If you say, well, I was fired because of a disciplinary action. But if you do a mutual and you're like, um, it just didn't fit me anymore, and I wanted more for my life, because that's really in your heart. That's really what's going on, right? Even if your mind was like, "Oh, no, I wanna continue to work for these toxic, abusive people," and it's like, "No, I don't wanna be here anymore. I'm ready for a new life. I'm ready to be a butterfly, not be a to pretend to be a caterpillar anymore." So, hopefully that helps, and I'm gonna give you your, fortune cookie here too. Let's see if they'll give us some more clarity with that. But I just feel like with that tower card, that really kind of sealed it for me because that's something being removed out of your life and for you. So let's take a look here. These are the Soul Symphony card deck. I love the back of them. They're just so creative and brilliant here. All right. So what else do we have for Patty here? All right, this one here. Wow. We like admire, inspired by you, songs, emotional bond, telepathic love. It's like it reminds me of the star card. What is your dream come true? And it's like working for someplace you admire, which is like eventually working for yourself, we know, right? But in the meantime, working for someplace that admires you, that's inspired by you, that um that you feel an emotional bond instead of like feeling like you always have to protect yourself. And it just I don't know, I just feel like the feeling of leaving is so relieving, even though you're like finances and stuff, you're like, I'll work it out. But it's like I'm ready to be free and just not have to have walls up and always watching my back and everything. And you deserve that. You deserve to be admired, not hunted down at your job. So hopefully that helps, Patty. I'm just like, you're ready for a fresh start and a new beginning. And I feel like it's like, you know what? Yeah, bye. I'm ready to leave. Let's not even worry about all that stuff because that's just it feels like it brings anxiety. It brings like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna say? What is all this stuff? So I feel like you have enough information to know that you're ready to get out of there, right? All right, my dear. Hopefully that helps. Thank you again for your donation. Hang in there. I'm really excited for you because you do have a bright future. It's like I don't know if you ever watched Lord of the Rings. It's like you're leaving the the dark horde of what were those orgs. You're leaving the dark army of the orgs and you're going to join the elves. It's bright and beautiful. It's like the difference of dark and light just feels like that with the energy I'm picking up. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. And then Maria, thank you so much for your donation and this episode of Days of Our Lives, Saturday Buffet edition. So let's take a look here. Let's give these a shuffle and take a quick sip here. All right. So I like you're using Wally. I like it. Okay, so what are Wally's feelings and thoughts today for you? Let's take a look there. So feelings and thoughts. This one too. Okay, come on. This one too. There we go. Okay. Okay. uh, is he only dating you? Okay. That's one card. Anything Wally would love to tell you? I mean, does he have time for anything else? Oh my God. Did he buy that house to leave his son there with his son's mother? Okay. And then you wonder if she knows of you. Okay. Been doing a lot of thinking again, huh? That's funny. All right. And I want that one there. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Let me just scooch these over. The bottom of the deck, I like. You have the Two of Cups. And this is a great reminder from Spirit that, you are an important relationship in their life. And that is a great focus, right? That is like everything else that we wonder about has to do with our insecurities and our fears and expectations and those things below there, right? Which is all right, That's why we're here to ask Spirit about things, to bring clarity, to find out, and to face those things and to learn Spirit's wisdom and advice around our concerns and our questions, right? So there's never anything wrong with doing all this, but they're just wanting that to be the foundation underneath. It's like you can always return to that knowledge that, their relationship, your relationship with them is what your business is. Your relationship with anyone else is none of their business. Their relationship with anyone else is none of your business, because it doesn't define what relationship you have with them. It just gets in here. The stories that we create about all that stuff is what starts meddling with the love we have for each other, right? So let's take a look here and see what Wally's feelings and thoughts are for you today. All right. So we do have, okay, we have the three cards. We have the Temperance card. Overall, this is patience, and this is, going back to what they're wanting, just to let things unfold and let things grow and let things organically happen, right? Without a lot of rules and supposed to be and should be. They're just allowing it to grow and allowing it to unfold. So they're bringing you back to that. We also have the Page of Pentacles, which is about, this is the number 11 in the Pentacle suit. I like that they put the numbers on these. Um, and this is about progression. This is about, future opportunities. And so they are looking at like the they're allowing things to unfold, but they are also looking forward to next steps and next things that are coming in, but they're not in a rush to get anywhere. They're just allowing it to grow. And so they can have this, I'm the way things are headed right now. I like where it's headed, but I'm not going to rush to get there and speed. I'm going to enjoy the journey along the way. And I like that. Also, the Five of Swords. This has to do with his thoughts. But this his we know that he reverts into his heart battling his mind, because the mind um has a lot of concerns about life and a lot of history, a lot of stuff within himself, not with you, but a lot of history of things not turning out well and people backstabbing and all this kind of stuff, where the mind is very protective of the heart. And so when the heart starts to feel, the mind goes, simmer down now, and that's kind of what keeps them in this temperance too. Of let's I don't want to rush ahead, like Wally World, right? That's funny. We're gonna bring in Wally World because Wally, we were talking about the little that Pixar movie, but Family Vacation with Wally World is where they were headed. That was closed when they arrived, in the disappointment. And so Wally doesn't want to experience that again. So they don't want to get too excited until they're actually in the park. and then they'll allow them the mind will allow their head to get, their heart to get excited about it and let it, explode in its wonderfulness. So, that's what's going on right now. Nothing concerning here, just kind of they're in that rolling with what's happening kind of energy. So I like that. Now, is he only dating you, meaning only hanging out with you? Yeah, the Three of Swords. I like this. So this does talk about, the Three of Swords is the fear of heartache and the fear of disappointment and all that. And so they're bringing you back to realize what this is about, your fear, right? But I like it too. It's like the three, I almost got like this exhausted feeling, and it's like we were talking about before. He doesn't have time or energy for anyone else. He's got enough going on in his life. You're like, you think he has time and energy for more than one person? It's like, no. Mhm. Yeah, exactly. That's beautiful with that too. Yeah. So, it's like, no. He but this is, realizing that we have a fear that people are having other people, and we have this mindset that they're only an expectation that when people are, you know, dating us or we're hanging out and we're being intimate, that it's just us. It's only supposed to be you and me. That's a human construct. It's like, no, it's really not. Um, you always get worried. And that's the thing is like, um, we're afraid that someone will take them away from us, right? If they're sleeping with more than one person, oh, they're gonna like them better and fall in love with them, and they're gonna be taken away from me, or they're gonna leave me for them. And if we have that fear, you know, and trust me, we all have. It's a human thing, I'm sure, because we've all had it. Every one of my relationships, especially since I had such fear people were going to cheat on me, I tended to draw people who would for my mirror and my experience, so that I would learn what I wanted to learn. Um, but when you realize, when you really think about it, post relationships, when people cheated on you, it's like, you know, they always do you a favor if they leave you for someone else, because you realize if they're willing to do that, then they're not the one for me. So thank you for leaving, and no one can steal anyone away from someone else. People are like, "Oh, that person, they stole my husband." And you're like, "They didn't kidnap your husband and take him away to an island and force them into to be their slave." So they didn't accidentally, trip and fall into bed with them. No, they made choices all along the way, and so you realize, okay, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But when we focus on the fear, then we invite the lower vibration in, right? When we focus in on what could happen and what's this and that, then all that energy is rerouted into fear instead of routed into creating the bond of love deeper and deeper. And when we realize, and so much about our self-love, that um you know other people's actions don't define me, and when we realize that, that sets us free. And that's the whole thing, is like when I was going through relationships and people were cheating, it was like, oh, I thought, oh, that means I'm not good enough, otherwise they wouldn't want to cheat on me. No, I realized later, even in conversations with my mom, because my parents divorced, I think when I was like, well, they separated when I was 16 or 17. It took them several years to get all the properties and everything that they were doing, to uh, go through the official signing of the documents. But they separated when I was like 16 or 17, um, and they both got remarried, and then they both got divorced, and then they actually dated for a while again for like, because they actually ended up living in the same city for a little bit. And then my mom left him because she's like, I just saw the same crap again. And then my mom stayed single after that, and my dad remarried and dated other people, and he just recently got married, like, a couple years ago. He's, like, I think he was, like, in his late 70s, um, and, but my mom still had this, uh every time she heard about him or whatever, she just had this pain and anger because it was, she had said, she thought he cheated on me and he left me and did all this because, I'm not good enough. I couldn't make him happy. And this was just like maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, and it was like she's like in her 70s. She's been carrying it all her life, and I was like, and I was living up there, and I was like, "Mom," I go, "Do you realize that you it wasn't you that didn't make him happy, it was that he was unhappy, and you can't make anyone happy. He has to be happy on the inside. Otherwise, wife number 2 would have made him happy, or wife number 3, or all the girlfriends in between." And I loved it when there was this little light bulb that went off, and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, you know, we are the only ones that can choose to be happy, and if I'm unhappy on the inside, no one can make me happy on the outside. You can only make yourself happy. And it was like this this weight fell away from her, and it was beautiful to see her face light up and going, and now she has like no angst with them, and um they sometimes will, visit my dad and his new wife, though, and even when they were girlfriend, they would go visit, and they would chat, and she goes, it's like it's a whole new person. I didn't even relate that him to that person of the past, right?" Yeah, and so isn't that amazing? It's just this great energy around heartache, and I feel like they really wanted to go into that more deeply, maybe for more than just you and me, but there is this realization that other people don't define who I am. People's actions tell us about how they feel about themselves, not about us. And when we realize that, then we just stop worrying about them going to leave to go somewhere else. If they do, all right. That just means there's an upgrade coming. So thank you for removing this, Wally 2.0, and I'm going to get someone 3.0. It's like, ooh, I get an upgrade. If I thought they were wonderful, there's someone even more amazing coming then, because life happens for us, right? All right. So enough of that. I feel like you get that. And then let's take a look here. Anything that Wally would love to tell you? Right. I don't think he needs to tell you this, but Knight of Wands, he's very, very attracted to you. And I think that's important for you to know after your other question. They're like, "I'm very, very attracted to you." Um, the King of Swords is a lot about he's a big thinker. Um, and I feel like something that he would want you to know is that he does think about you a lot. Um, Even though if he doesn't communicate all the time, you're on his mind a lot. But also, feel like you'd want to tell you that I'm in my head all the time, and it's always going, always going, always going, right? And so that's I feel like he just would want you to know that, because sometimes I feel like you feel like, "What is he doing?" And he's like, "Does he ever think about me? Um, and why is he?" I feel like sometimes he go like, even when you guys are together, he goes off somewhere, and you're like, "Are you here?" It's because his mind is always going. And the 9 of Pentacles, you know, the 9 of Pentacles is this energy that it's a very independent energy. And I feel like he would want you to know that, um, But he doesn't wanna hurt your feelings because he knows he knows how you can go into your head and think too. But it's this, I don't wanna leap from one nest into another nest. I'm kind of leaving what situation I'm in now, and I need time to be me before I enter into anything else, like, committed, long term, like, jumping ahead to that. And he's like, "I just need a pocket of for me to, um, understand what it is I want and who I wanna be in that kind too." So, and that's good, right? You're like, "Yeah, I don't wanna, you know, have that either," right? So, I'm glad you, agree. Okay. And then did he buy that house to leave his son there with his son's mother? The emperor. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, the emperor is about, um, deciding what they really want in life and to put a plan together and to put energy behind it. And I feel like they're, um, still trying to decide everything they want in their life. But I do feel like this was the intention, was to have that with the son, and that they would be able to leave there. Now, they may not, with everything transforming and all this kind of stuff, they may move with them into the house, but the process, the plan is for them to move out, eventually, once all the finances and everything gets through. But it's like it needs to happen, and especially with that 9 of Pentacles that we're just talking about. The plan is for them to be in their own little nest for a little bit so that they can really just recover and get stability in their life, with this move, and then they can look at the next step. So I feel like they've got these plans and plans and plans and all these plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, and all this stuff. But again, big thinker, but I do feel like that was the plan. That's part of the plan. And you wonder if she knows of you. Let's see here. Queen of Wands. Oh, there you are. Let's see what's underneath here. Ace of Swords. Clarity. This is beneath the surface. So I I feel like they know, like she knows, there's someone else. There's a Because of how they're acting and disappear and all that. Not that they're like in this together marriage, they are in this separation type of, they know that this is where it's headed, I feel. Um, but she doesn't know it's you specifically, like, names or what you look like or where you live or anything like that, right? Yeah, yeah. And, um, and I just feel like it's it's safer for you that way. And that's the whole thing we talked about before, where he's just like, I there's enough complications, there's enough things that would just, um, like, it would cause, um it would cause her pain. Yeah, and less drama. And, it's like it's like for, when my parents divorced, my dad actually he had moved to prepare us to move to California, and he was actually in a relationship with someone out there because it was taking a long time, and then there's a long story about how he asked my mom for a divorce. But, um, had my mom seen her and known who she was, it would have just, like, the knife was already in, it would be like, eh, because she was, like, a year older than my older brother, you know? And, so it was a younger, I mean, she was beautiful, my mom's beautiful, but my mom wouldn't have looked at it that way. She would have been like, "Oh." it would just and so I feel like that's part of, why, um, it's good, he still cares for her, but they just don't they're not compatible and like each other anymore, so he's still all the stuff he's doing is to, still care for like a friend, like a close friend, they were really close friends growing up. So, he still cares about, watching out for those things. Just like he doesn't tell you everything because he doesn't want to stress you out. So, yeah. Well, yeah, not in love. He loves her and he always will. Anyone that we've dated and we're in relationships with, we always have a place in our heart for them. And sometimes we have hatred for people too. But we always have a love for all of them in our hearts somewhere, right? So I like that. Yeah. And then your fortune cookie is the clown, appearances, humiliation, feeling ashamed. And this is the fear, right? I don't want to appear like a clown. I don't want to be humiliated. I wonder how it appears to others. I don't want to, you know, what if I find out they're not separating and I'm the other woman? I'd feel ashamed. So there's all this fear coming in. I don't want to be the clown. Why not? Doot, 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 doot. So, really looking at the fears, I love that your fortune cookie, they bring it back to your fears. I don't want to be that. And it's like, you know what? Clowns, make people happy. Clowns freak out some people too, because some people are scared of clowns, especially after it, Pennywise and uh clowns from space. I remember seeing an old movie with clowns from space. But so so it all comes back to that, really looking at what am I fearing? And um, I'm not responsible for anyone else's choices, right? I love that. So enjoy what you guys have. And because fear, just to, of course, recap our relationship journeys, right? That when we have expectations and fears, it sucks the life out of relationships because we're focusing on what something's not being, who someone's not being, who I'm not being, or whatever. It draws it down. And but when we're focusing on the things we love, the joy, the laughter, the gratitude, the all that stuff that we love about them in a relationship, the relationship itself, us in that relationship, things we love about ourselves, it just expands and grows. It's like Will Ferrell. I love they're like, how can you be happy all the time? And what about all these haters and all these people that think you're over silly, whatever? And he goes, I don't invest energy in the haters and everyone else. He goes, I reserve all my energy for the people I love. And I'm like, "Wow," for a comedian and for everything that he is and how crazy he is, I'm like, "He's very wise?" And it's like, yeah, you focus all your energy on the love, not on all the other stuff. So I like that. Alright, so that's what they have for you, my dear. You are very welcome, and thank you for your donations. I really appreciate you. Alright. And then we have Ashvin Ray. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. So, Ashvin, hello, hello. So, a general reading for you. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now, Ashvin? Do want those. And that one down here. And these three right here. There we go. And let's scooch these around here. All right. Well, there's this progression here towards your dreams. We've got one card, two cards, and then three cards. So it's like one, two, three. So it's like suddenly something's about to pick up here for you. The bottom of the deck, the reason I'm talking about your dreams is you have the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is an emotional dreams come true card. And so that's why I feel like this energy that's coming in is step, and that's why it feels um, like it's not, I wanna say stuttering, but it's like, and it goes, right? So it's like it's stuck on step 1, it feels like it's been stuck, but it's about to go boom, and then boom, boom, and it's about to, pick up here. Let's see what this is about. So, the first card up here, you have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, so this is what feels like there's been a barrier that's been holding you back and moving forward, but you've been working on here and stepping into your power about where you're focusing your energy, because the 9 of Wands, well, these 9 is this hermit's journey where you've been kind of feeling isolated or pocketed away. Even when you're in crowds or around a lot of people, I feel like you kind of feel like you're separate in a way. Um, and you've been working on stepping into that because all this internal pull has had you really investigating, looking at what do I want in life and what's holding me back, and instead of focusing on wanting and needing and fears, feel like you've been really doing this inward and upward expansion where you're looking at what you're grateful for in life, and focusing on higher vibrational like connections with spirit too, with all that hermit energy with the nines. So I feel like this next card is what kind of sparks you towards your dream here. Okay, yeah. The world card. Ending of a major cycle, beginning of a new adventure here. This is like you're ready. You're ready for the next step. You're ready to let a lot of stuff go out of your life, both in thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you, emotions that don't serve you, energy that doesn't serve you, even purging in your outside world. This world card is about an significant ending and a new beginning. So you're about to just have this change that happens. And I feel like it's so much of it is you initiating it. But I feel like there's other things in the outside world that kind of nudged you a little bit. They didn't shove you, but it was kind of like, go on. And you're like, go on. And it's the stuff of the outside world and relationships and things that just kind of nudged you where you're like, all right, I'm gonna go do I didn't because you wanted to do it, it doesn't it's like, how people are like, "Do you want a second dessert?" And you're like, "Oh, pull my" twist my arm, twist my arm, you know? It's like, it doesn't take you a whole lot for that to happen because 'cause you're ready for it, but I feel like these little nudges have been part of it. Let's see what else comes in here. Yeah, you got the Queen of Wands. So here's you stepping into your power and really stepping forward here too. You've got she's very, very connected to the spirit world. And underneath the 9 of Cups, you also have the High Priestess. And both of them are, of course, very connected to the spirit world, very connected to your spiritual gifts. And I do feel like with this energy, you have really um, been seeking your heart, getting out of your head and into your heart to move forward. Because underneath the Queen of Wands, we have the Hanged Man, which is about transformation, seeing things from a higher perspective, letting pieces of you go. I always think it's like a cocoon, right? It's a caterpillar who goes into the cocoon and becomes caterpillar soup. It lets a lot of itself go away to form the wings and to, the little, kind of thin thing in between the butterfly is what's left of the caterpillar. It's always been in there, but it lets so much of its former identity go so that it can fly. And then it doesn't want to eat leaves anymore. Like, oh, leaves are so heavy, I could never fly. I want nectar. I seek blossoms. I can go fly for, 1,000-mile migration. I can flutter over raging rivers where a caterpillar couldn't even go over a small stream. And so there's this empowerment and this movement coming forward here. And I feel like that you're in a midst of a big transformation of figuring out what it is you truly want. What is my dream come true? not what everyone else has told me my dream is supposed to be. And then let's see what these three cards are here. Yeah, we got the Queen of Pentacles, abundance, new birth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing your heart, your dream, not someone else's. And I like this that you're coming in here. Yeah. Six of Swords, letting go of old ways of thinking and moving to new ways of thinking takes you from a place that felt like rough waters to calm waters. And with this change of mindset, again, clarity that's coming in here, it activates movement in the outside world for you, whether it is relationships or jobs or where you live or whatever. I just feel like there's all this major transformation happening, but it is definitely a movement and a change card that's coming here for you. And the Nine of Pentacles. So, Nine of Pentacles is again another abundance card, but it's an independence card. And with spirit, all these nines, the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Wands, I mean, it's very much this hermity energy, but it's not that you're not destined to be alone, anything like that. Just I feel like right now, this is because you're choosing you, you're okay with being alone and you're choosing your life, knowing that as you live your passions, as you live your dream, that is where you'll meet someone who's um, living their dream and living their passions, and you guys meet because you're passionate about something the same, and then that's where this a spark happens. But that's like down the road, and it's this freeing yourself from all of these rules and all of the supposed to be's and all of this other stuff, and you're like, I'm going to be a butterfly. I'm going to be headed off and doing what I want to do. And I like that for you. All right. So let's take a look here. Let's see what your fortune cookie is here from the Soul Symphony card deck. So what else do you want Ashvin to know right now? Okay. Here's your card. Yeah, you got options. I love these. These fortune cookies just match up so well. So options, doing them, juggling connections, and talks about addictions on a player. But I like this that you have options and that this is you choosing which way to go. Where do you want to go? The way that you think you're supposed to go, that everyone else has said, or what is in your heart? And I feel like this is this beautiful transformation that's coming. So that's what they have for you, Ashvin. Hopefully that helps, and many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Hey, Olivier. Shout out to another of my YouTube channel members. Good to see you. All right. I think that's it for my donations right now. So we are going to go to my YouTube channel members next for any free readings. And then after those, if I don't have any other donations, I will start at the top for the free readings. So we already did Johanna's there. So Olivier, you are up. Boom, boom. You want to ask the purpose of yourself being on this earth. Oh, that's all? That's all you want to know is your purpose? Your purpose of life? Why the hell am I on this planet anyway? Why did I want to come here? So let's take a look here and see what Spirit has here for you. All right. So the bottom of the deck, you have the Hierophant, which I really like this here, right? So, the Hierophant is about seeing things from a higher perspective, gaining a lot of clarity. And you do have here the Tower card, which is this, energy of that this life happens for us, not to us. And things are moved in and out of our lives um, to make space for things that are aligned for us, right? And I feel like that's an important thing to know around human life that's here. And the Page of Wands is also to step into our power and to, understand that as well. The the purpose of every human coming here is to understand more about who we really are, because we're a perfect mountain already. We're a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And we don't need to become anything different. We're already perfection because we're a piece of the creator. We're a mini creator, a little mini me of the creator. So But we come down and experience different lifetimes and different dimensions, different universes, different planets, and everything else too, to walk around the mountain, to understand and see who we are, to explore who we are, and to understand our high vibration. We come down here to experience the low vibration. And so we have that, experience that we come down here for. And we don't need to do anything. We don't have to accomplish anything. We're here for the adventure and the exploration. We're here to experience. And so every moment we are experiencing. So we're doing what we came down here to do. But we're multitaskers too, right? And a lot of what our human gets into is like, what am I supposed to accomplish? I'm supposed to, like, supposed to, should. We have these expectations. I'm supposed to accomplish something while I'm down here. I have to fulfill my contract. I don't want to, make the gods angry. And it's like, no, we're doing perfectly every moment. We're on our adventure. There's a world of possibilities, and we're on these exploration and on these quests to discover, and we're explorers, not taskers, really, Um, and so when we take that pressure off, we can enjoy the moments and flow and see where life takes us and understand. And but our human wants order, it wants you know a destination, and I have to get to that destination or I fail, right? That whole thing that's there. But there's this freedom that comes in with all this when we realize that we come down here to Earth to do all that. And then when we choose our astrology, we do like our North Node in our astrological chart is what kind of energies and experiences we want to move toward. Not that we have to do it to check it off to get to a new level or different things like that, but we go through our life experiences to help raise our love vibration and experience things. And then we restart over in another lifetime to explore and understand different, avenues of who we are. So I like that spirit is really wanting to focus on here for you, Olivier, that it's about um enjoying the moments, enjoying the exploration. There's no wrong or right choices, just different choices with different experiences and outcomes. Higher vibrational choices bring us higher vibrational experiences and things. Lower vibrational choices bring us those. And neither is right or wrong. There's no judgment from the spirit world. They're like, you're on a journey and adventure. What's next? Because they already know you're perfect. You're exploring and getting to know who you are and more and more and more. And we're experiencing all these lifetimes all at the same time. Even though our human is shielded, we only experience the here and now. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I know it's like, what's my purpose? What's my life purpose? What's my soul purpose? It's like, enjoy the moment and follow your heart, follow your joy, and experience and feel, right? So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you there. So many blessings to you. Hey, sup for yeah, I know a lot of people have been waiting for a while, so I appreciate your patience. I do go down in order, first come, first serve, because it's not fair to put people above others. Donations I prioritize, and my YouTube channel members, it's part of their membership. But for the free readings, I do go down in order. So I hope you understand. All right. So that's it for those. So we're gonna jump up, and if you do want to have yours prioritized, a donation of any kind will bring you to the front, and we'll dive deeper too, just to make sure everyone's aware of that. Okay, so Patricia, hello, hello. So your uncle Jimmy passed today back in 1992. He was 44 and you took his death very hard. Okay, and you could use some guidance from the man who accomplished so much in a short amount of time. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what Uncle Jimmy wants to bring in for you today. What does Uncle Jimmy want to tell you here? Oh, man of wisdom. All right. Yeah. So we have the Three of Wands here first, and then the Nine of Pentacles. The Three of Wands is this energy of, with new information, um, you can make a choice to go in a different direction than you thought before. And I like this that he's saying to you that, you've got him and your whole posse of spiritual support, that if you're unsure of what decisions to do and where to go, they're like, ask us. We will bring you clarity in whatever questions that you have. We just honor your free will and that you're on this journey and, you're wanting to make choices. The big things that you asked them to do before you came down here, they're always working things out, making sure the fated events that you wanted to have happen will unfold. But of your own free will, you can ask them, going, all right, I'm confused. I don't know if I should go that way or that way. Can you just give me a little information to make it a no brainer? And boom, you'll get information going, oh, well, not that. I'm going to go do this. And so they will guide you. But a big part of your journey has been you wanting to do this and that there's no wrong way. A lot of the fear that we have of making a wrong choice keeps us from making any choices at all. But when we realize there's no wrong choice, there's just different choices with different outcomes and different avenues and things that we can go on. And um and if you don't like it, you can make a different choice later. But from their side, he goes, there's no judgment up here. It's all experience. It's all an adventure. The Nine of Pentacles is that you're not alone. Here's spirit with you. So, in those times where you feel like you're alone in the outside world, you're never, ever, ever alone. They're always around you 24 hours a day. As soon as he left his body, he was right by your side, all the loved one's side, because they can be by everyone's side all at the same time. It's how powerful we are because we're outside of space and time. I can be 100% present with you. I can be 100% present with them and them and them and them. And so he's telling you, I've always been by your side, giving you signs and guidance. Um, but if you um, get still and quiet and listen to me and put your intention to hear from me, you will hear very clearly the guidance that I can give you in your life too. And he and he says, "We know a lot of stuff up here because they have the bird's eye view." I mean, literally the bird's eye view with the bird here to help guide you, in your life. But you're loved and supported, and there's you can do no wrong in their sight, and so don't fear judgment. Humans judge each other down here because out of fear, we are trying to compare ourselves to make sure we're lovable. So we got to point at everyone else, going, "Well, look at them, look at them, look at them! Don't look at me," you know. And so you're like, "Don't worry about the human opinion. It's a tainted, fear-based, volatile opinion." And then you're like, what do we care about what they think? Just know that we love you and you're totally supported from us. And all you have to do is ask, and I will give you guidance around whatever you're wanting guidance on. And I've been giving you signs and synchronicities and repeating numbers and songs and bumper stickers. And I communicate you all over the place in the physical world. I drop memories and thoughts into your head and emotional energy and spiritual energy. I'm always with you. Um, and so he just wants you to know that. So that's what they have for you right now, Patricia. So many blessings to you. And then Teresa Horton, you're up. So your car tore up. You don't have the money to get it fixed. You don't have money. Have the money. It's around $1,500. Oh my God. You need a car. Who will give you the money, please? Thank you. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know around the car here. For that price, you can, buy a scooter. All right, let's take a look here. So, what do we have here? Yep. So you've got the judgment card here, which is your higher self calling you to see things from a different perspective. And the Five of Swords is this battle going on between your head and your heart. And they're just trying to bring you clarity around the situation here, right? And so, you know, resolution to your situation with your car can come to you very quickly. But what they're talking about with those two cards coming in for you is that When you're focused on, I don't have money, it's broken, I don't have any resources, we're focusing all that lower vibrational energy, we're inviting in this kind of results and experiences. We draw things that match that vibration, right? When you focus on gratitude, going, I'm so grateful for this car I had and for this car that I had. Now, before it broke down and blah, blah, then that takes us back into lower vibrational energy. It's like sincerely from your heart, gratitude for all the vehicles that you've had in your life, the things you've loved about them. And then you ask the creator once, I really would like a vehicle. So can you guide me on where I can get one and how I can get one? Draw the people to me, draw the resources to me. Um, and Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Ask once, not every day. That is wanting and needing, and that wanting and needing energy push things away from us because our energy is telling us, telling the universe and all the powers that I enjoy wanting, not having, but wanting. I enjoy needing, not having, but needing. Because if you bring me what I need, then I stop needing, but I'm enjoying needing, so don't bring it to me. That's what our energy does. That's what is happening. We can't lie about it. It's our energy. If that's our focus, that's what we're drawing to us. But if you look at, you know, all right, I'm open to whatever. I trust you, creator, going to bring the perfect situation, the perfect timing, in the perfect way. And and then just start having gratitude. Be open. Say, show me what I can do on my end to help this process. And the more gratitude you have about everything that you're loving in your life, the more you open yourself up to receiving. And then, someone can give you a car or you can get a loan for a new car, um, with no money down. It depends on where you live, of course, but there's, options that are out there. Or, um, and I don't know if this was you. I feel like I'm remembering a reading that I did because Spirit's bringing it back to me where it's like, ask people, like if you need a ride somewhere, it's like, everything happens for us. When we realize it's not happening to me is a lower vibrational victim mentality that draws more things to be victimized about, right? But when I'm like, all right, why did I want this to happen for me? It's maybe it's keeping me from getting in a fatal accident and killing someone or being killed, right? Um, it could also be that in the meantime, before I can get a car, that I carpool with someone and I create a bond with someone. I'm able to help them. They're able to help me. And so there's this um, asking people and seeking people and um, following your heart and following the guidance that spirit brings you. Like it's like, well, I want to go talk to that person. And they're like, "Oh my god, yeah, I just started working at a car dealership. I can find you a good deal." You're like, "What?" It's like, "Shut up." And or someone's like, "Yeah, I'm selling my car." Like a neighbor is selling their car and they're like, "Ah, we can have a payment plan, you can just give me, couple $100 a month or something, it's like, "What? Really?" There's so many when we have these expectations and these energies will limit creator, but when we're just going, "You know what? I'm just going to know that you're gonna bring me the perfect situation and show it to me," and then open your heart and your mind, and I feel like that will change the energy. It'll draw in resolution instead of pushing it away. So, hopefully that helps, Teresa. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Whoops, grab the whole screen here. That doesn't help. All right. All right. And then Janessa Hernandez. So you want to know what is V's current feelings towards you? All right, let's take a look here. What is going on with V? What are their current feelings towards you? All right. Wow. We got the 10 of swords here. And the 10 of swords, this has this energy here of, of course they look exhausted or they almost look dead there, but this is when someone's and this isn't directed at you specifically, but it's they're just tired. They're sick and tired of living up to everyone's expectations and feeling disappointed in others and feeling like they're a disappointment to others, and everyone telling them who they should be and not be and blah 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 and blah blah blah, and they're just like they're ready for, I just want to be me. I just want to be able to enjoy and go on journeys and adventures and not have like intentions and this. And so it's like a lion who doesn't want to be caged kind of energy that's there. Now, their current feelings towards you is the moon. Oh my gosh, the moon is the emotional master, right? So there's a lot of emotion below the surface here, though, the deep that they don't bring forward because of those fears, because of that 10 of swords, all these supposed to be and should be's and need to be's has really kept them from expressing emotion in the past, because when they did, people would take their heart and stomp on it and stick forks in it and throw it in the microwave and then hand it back to them, and they're like, "What did you do to my heart?" So their mind protects them a lot from this, and I feel like they're reaching this point with that 10 of swords. I'm just tired of not being able to express myself. I'm tired of all these fears, and I feel like they're wanting to express themselves, but not without expectations around it. Um, but I also feel like moon energy is going to be important here. Like the next full moon, we have a new moon coming up next week. So the next full moon will be about 3 weeks away. I feel like that gives them this nudge because a full moon expands our energy, our emotional energy, and then they just can't stand it anymore. I gotta say something. I've got to share something that's on my heart, and I like it. They bust out and share something. Now, how you respond to that is going to influence how freely they share things in the future, too. Interesting, right? Because there is this, like if they share it and you're like, you wanted more, you wanted something different, like you have an expectation of how they should share that, when they should have shared it. If they tell you, I really like you, finally, it took you long enough. Oh, that's not going to work well, right? It's how you respond to it, that will encourage it, more of it, right? So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you right now, Janessa. All right. So, let's just take a look here. All right. So we did those. All right. And then sup for Sid. Is that I'm not, is that something sup Sid girl or some, I don't know how I'm not, it's not registering in my head what your screen name is actually saying, but it's you. So what is something you should know and the divine guidance towards Sarah and D? All right, we'll take a look here. And how does D feel about this situation? Okay, so for free readings, you get 2 cards. We'll try to see how much of that will come through here for you. So let's take a look here. All right. So what about guidance for Sarah and D, and how does D feel about the situation? All right. So we've got first up here. So something you should know in divine guidance around there's a lot of different emotions with this 7 of Cups. It's all these different emotions that are flying around. There's a lot of emotional confusion, but it's like they're feeling this way and then this way and then this way and then this way. It just feels like it's not a solid, steady emotional experience. It feels like they have high highs and low lows and up and all over the place, emotions all over the place here. Um, and I feel like this tells us, how does D feel about, your situation? That is this is the emotional confusion. It's like, I'm trying to zero in on their emotions, and it's just like it's pinging all over the place. It's like there's not this emotional stability that they have. It's almost like someone that has ADD, where they're just all over the place. Like a mind is all over the place, but this is like an ADD heart. Their heart is all over the place, and let's see what guidance they bring in here for you too. Yeah, we got two sevens, 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups. So two sevens that come in here. That's synchronistic. Seven is a spiritual number, but the 7 of Wands is about someone who doesn't want to dim their light, someone who doesn't want to ask permission to shine, someone who doesn't want to defend who they are. And I feel like this is where they bounce all over the place because I feel like they care about Sarah and they care about um and they have emotions and love and all that, but they also have this desire not to be caged, not to be limited, not to be controlled. And so this is where all this emotional energy bounces around because the 7 of Wands is that energy of I got to be me. And when in our society, of course, we have everyone has all our ideas of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. And when we have that on ourselves, we have ourselves in a cage, we're going to try say if I have to be in a cage, everyone else is too, or if I have rules that have to be obeyed, everyone else is going to obey them too, by golly. But they don't want to feel that cage. They want to be able to be themselves and be free without the fear of disappointing, without the fear of someone telling them who they're not being, right? And so they have this kind of energy that's there. That's why they have all this emotional confusion that's going on here is because it's not that they want to be like, sleep around with everyone and do this and everything else. They just want to be able to be themselves because they've feel like they've really had a life here, D, that they've been restricted and told who they're not being and had a high bar and constantly told again who they're not and you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you need to do this, when are you going to do this, you're not doing that. They haven't been like really praised in their life for who they are, and they're at this point in their life they're really wanting to be that and be able to do that. And but again, all this confusion because they like the love, they like the attention, they like relationship, but they also don't want to be caged in it. They want to just to be able to have an adventure feel to it instead of a restrictive feeling to it. So hopefully that helps with what's going on there. Um, but that's the energy that's coming through right now for you. So thank you for your patience in getting to your reading. All right. Let's see here. And it looks like here I got a donation here that came in through Square. So let me take a look here. Okay. Let me just see where my next free reading is. Okay. So Needy Sarvaya, you're the next free one. Let me scroll down here. So let's take a look here. Oh, so you donated. Oh, that was from you. Oh, okay. Well, I got you there too. So you donated in Square. Okay. So that was that there for you. But since you had donated and that's your question, we'll dive a little deeper into this too here for you. And then you also get a fortune cookie for you there too. So let's take a look here. All right. So what else can we know about their feelings here? And what spirit wants you to know around the situation too? All right. So let's take a look here. So the Queen of Cups here, of course, is this, very empathic, very emotional, kind of like the Moon card. And the Three of Swords here, this fear of disappointment. So they're reiterating here the previous reading with the first two cards because that's a lot of the energy. So much emotion below the surface, so much fear of being a disappointment and being disappointed is really ruling over over that, the relationship. And it could be from both sides. Um, it's a very human thing, right? We're afraid of being rejected, feeling that we're not lovable, and rejection, right? That's kind of our human thing, right? Let's see what else we have here, though, too. So the Hierophant, this is your higher self trying to show you different things from a higher perspective. They are, you know, bringing in the capital T truths around love. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Cups, which is about new new levels of love. And I don't know if you can see that they're holding a cup there, and there's this energy here. That's the chalice, that's the holy grail, right? Um, and there's this message that comes with all this, that all of our external relationships are a reflection of our love for ourselves. Like, we can't love someone more than we love ourselves. We can't receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So if I love myself that much, no matter how much love I want to flood out, it's still going to drip, drip, drip. And no matter how much love someone wants to give me, it's going to drip, drip in. But the more I raise my self love and my self worth and expand it, the more my ability to give and receive love to the outside world also expands. Now, when we're talking about D, they don't have a huge self-love. We talked about that already, right? How they haven't been praised, they've always been told who they're not, and so their self-love shrunk. It's like if it's a torch, it's a little flame, because that's all that they, experienced growing up, right? And so they can't give a whole lot of love or receive a whole lot of love. They give passion, they can give thinking, communication, and stuff, but if this is you, with them, of course, I just feel like they can't give me the love I'm looking for. Well, one, they can't. No one can give us the love we're really looking for. I'll talk about that in a sec. But they can only give this much. And they're like, drip, really? That's all you can give me? And so instead, they like giving passion. Um, that's how they learn to share their heart. It's safer for it, right? So it's like, but no one can give us the love that we're looking for, because the love that our heart is hungry for is the eternal, unconditional love from the higher realms, the chalice. We are wanting to be filled with that and overflowing, and the love of the outside world falls very short from that. And so our journey, our quest for this life is really to find love, but we're looking for love in the outside world. But it's like, here we come, here, we're always pointed back to inward and upward, which is great, because once we are able to raise our love vibration and find that self love, we fill up and overflow in the love of the outside world. Instead of falling short and feeling lacking, becomes above and beyond extra, and it looks like it's wonderful. And we're not so, desperate for their love. It's like, it's extra. I found out the love I need inside of me, and I'm not so afraid that they're going to take their love away. It's like, one of the examples Spirit gave me, which I love, um, that made it really clear for me, was it's like our heart is hungry for a 10-course meal with 2 desserts, and all the outside world can give us is 3rd dessert, 4th dessert, 5th dessert, and so it's all empty calories. Our heart is like, "I can't live on that." It tastes good and it's exciting, but after a while, you're like, "I just want a good 10-course meal." And, with 2 desserts, and we don't find it out there because it's only dessert land out there. And then we turn inward and up, we're like, "There it is." We're all num, 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 num. We eat of that wonderful, unconditional, eternal love we find inside of us. It doesn't mean we stop wanting more dessert in the outside world, right? We can always make room for more dessert, but we're full on the inside. And so when we get to 7th dessert and someone's bringing it to us and they're like, "No, I'm not gonna give it to you," We're not like before when we didn't have that meal, we'd be like, "No, don't take away my 7th dessert." Now we're like, "Phew, I'm so full. Thank you. I think you did me a favor." It changes the desperation that we have in looking for love, right? So let's take a look here, what you're saying here. Lacking the emotional. Yeah, right? Wow, I love this. Ah, very good. Well, good. I'm glad that you said, this is not the one because also on the bottom of the deck, you have the 8 of cups, which is walking away from relationships and emotions that don't serve you anymore. So I was wondering why they're having me wait on that, but it's because you said it right there. So this is good. Um, I feel like you're right in alignment there. So these 3 cards, let's see what this brings, because if you're curious about this one soul to get to know them. All right, let's take a look here. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, like you said, the Wheel of Fortune is the tune of for you, that everything does unfold for you, and it is teaching you about yourself. It is allowing you to really recognize your self love and even help you raise your love vibration. Every relationship that we have with lovers, you know, people we're interested in, friends, family, coworkers, everything is a mirror showing us how we feel about ourselves in some way. We're all mirrors for each other and we're reflecting things to help us realize and connect and raise our love vibration, right? And then as we raise our love vibration, we do draw in people that match that, right? Yeah, you have the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is about decision making time, standing at a crossroads. The Queen of Swords is she's a balancer between head and heart, but she is one of my cards that represents the compatible partner, someone who can communicate their emotions, that is also intelligent and can communicate about anything, but they're not so in their head that they don't know what an emotion is, and they're not so emotional that they're unstable. It's a beautiful balance and a compatible individual. And that's why I feel like with this Two of Swords, you are at a crossroads and you're like, well, I really like to get to know this soul, to get to know them. But as you know, they're not this compatible person because you're going to meet someone that can, I mean, it's just you fit like a glove in a beautiful way. And I like that for you because it's like, yeah, you even have the Two of Wands standing decision time. You have to let one go to find the other. Mm. And I love this. Look at these sixes on the bottom of that deck too. Oh wow, I'm just getting super excited for you. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, well, okay, first of all, we've got these you got the 6 of cups and the 6 of wands. 6 of wands is victory and equal passion and attraction. And the 6 of cups is a past life connection card. So when I saw those, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're gonna know the one when you meet them, because I usually say, like, they're glowing in the dark and they have a rainbow shooting out of their butt because of the past life connections you have with this individual that you're gonna meet, this compatible person. The other pathway that you're standing in, the deciding, "Well, do I wanna continue here or I'm gonna go this direction," right? And I love this because, you will know it. There will be no doubt when you meet them. It's going to be like this draw, this emotional draw, this mental draw, this energetic draw, this physical draw. It's just all going to be there where you're just like, holy cow. Like, I feel comfortable with you. I feel like I know you from somewhere. And you know this energy, right? Of past life connections. And so I love that. and and then the reason I was freaking out some more is because this individual, you got the Lover's card and the Two of Cups, both of the lover relationship cards underneath that too. So we dug deeper and we have all this information that comes in about this, the one that will be here in your life as well. So I like that. It's like this current person, you're the empress, you're the ruler of queens, and D, they're the king of wands. They're not the emperor. The emperor rules over kings. So it's like not that you know, you're better than them. It's just you're in different levels of your energy. They're at king level and you're at empress level. You're looking for an emperor, not a king, right? Rainbow, yeah, right. And it's true. It's how we see that here. So I feel like you're at a decision point here, and it's okay to get to know this other person because you're learning about yourself. But I do feel like it's important for you to, you know, kind of take a detour, and I don't know, you're aware of your intentions and where you're putting your energy, I feel. But it's like, okay, I'm not going to put a reserve sign at my romantic table of two. I'm just going to talk to them at another table. Hey, how's it going? Da 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 da. You're over there, but this over here is reserved for this other person, right? So you know that already. This one is just someone, or you're talking to the waiter. It's like that D is not that person, right? So I like that for you. So I smell candle wax. Oh, everything looks good. Nothing's on fire, so we're good. So hopefully that helps there for you. And let's see what your soul symphony card is here for you. This is your fortune cookie. What else does spirit want you to know here? All right, here we go. Oh, I like this. So maybe you're wondering, well, when are you going to meet this other person? Around fall. So if you're in the northern hemisphere, yeah, that's going to be in what, September? If you're in the southern hemisphere, boom, it's next month. Because we have the spring equinox here in the northern hemisphere in March, but that's fall in maybe you wanna move to the you gonna move to Australia? Or are you in that? Um, but otherwise, that will be in September, like September 20th to December 20th, is when that comes in there. You're very welcome. I'm so glad it resonated with you. I love it. All right. Thank you again so much for your donation. I appreciate that. Alrighty. And then Johanna, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. So we'll jump to do these and then I will return back to actually. Hey Sean G. So Sean G, we'll jump to yours after this one, unless there's another donation. And then we'll get back into the free readings. You are very welcome. So glad to have you here. Hopefully we'll see you some more. All right. Welcome and be one of the Zen friends. All right. So Johanna, thank you so much for that. One more question. Oh yeah, yeah. We have plenty of time. So how has your energy changed lately? Generally. All right, let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know here? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. And boom, boom. And boom, boom, boom. Wow. Okay. Just going to take a little sip of the juice here. Okay. Well, the bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. So your energy, your self-love energy has really expanded. And you've been focusing on that. So that is of no surprise to you, I'm sure. This confirmation with that being the bottom of the deck energy, so the underlying energy, right? You're like, yay! I'm glad. All right, let's see what we have here. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, talk about the hedge, right? The Nine of Pentacles, being alone with spirit. So so you definitely have this pocketed away in the garden, feeling independent. So your energy has really changed to this independent energy where you're been focusing on your connection to the spirit world and with yourself here too. So, you really had this, I don't need to be with someone. I'm okay by myself. Um, doesn't mean you don't want to be with someone, but I feel like the need has changed with your self-love energy too, right? Straight to Australia. Boom, boom, boom. That's great. All right. And then let's see what else we have here about your energy. All right. Yeah. I like the bottom of the deck. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which is patience with allowing the last thing to grow on the fruit tree is the fruit. And you also have the Knight of Pentacles, which slowest moving knight, kind of having patience a little bit here too, right? And um, this movement, this step by step kind of energy. And well, I mean, you had the Five of Swords, which is the mental conflict, and the Seven of Wands about being true to your authentic self and not dimming your light and shining bright. And so it's like it's been this journey that you've been on too, with about your self acceptance, your self love. And I mean, it's just your energy has really changed. I would say your confidence has gone to a whole new level where I feel like the confidence before, this is interesting. The confidence before was like out of fear. And this candle's going. So someone from the other side is speaking up for you. That's this candle over here. Let's see, over there is going. It's the same one that goes off for our dear friend Anna when her Aunt Dixie speaks, and this is your them speaking up. I love it. Yeah, Granny. But it's like sometimes we have courage where we're like, I'm afraid, and so I have to have courage, right? It's like, but and that's the confidence that comes like through courage, right? Like I'm fearing, but I'm going to be courageous anyway. I've got to do it, right? And then there's the courage that's a calm courage. It's this courage that comes from the connection you have inside of you and the stability and that that's there, right? This inner strength that's just there that it has nothing to do with anything in the outside world. And then that confidence comes in and it's like, here I am. So I love that. I love that this is some of that energy that has changed. All right. And let's see what else. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, and I like this. Another of your energies that's changed regarding romance and relationships. The emperor here is the one who's taking control, going, I control my relationships. I decide what I want. I will put a plan together. I will take action toward it. And I like this. Uh, what is this power change? Where, a lot of times when we're growing up, it's like, I ended up in relationships because people showed interest in me. And I'm like, oh, I love that someone shows interest in me. And I got in a relationship. And it wasn't because I was like, "Oh, I wanna be in a relationship with them." It was like, you know, but the power change that happens is when I'm not just going to get in a relationship because someone shows interest toward me because my self-love was so low, I was looking for it from anyone, right? This is I am gonna decide what I want, and that it's not just because there's people in the environment that I feel are interested in me. It's like, I'm gonna decide what I want in a relationship and who I want, and, not that I need, but what that I want, and I feel like that's a big change that's happened here. Below the surface of that, let's see what we have here. Yep, Queen of Pentacles. You're really focusing on Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, really taking care of you, focusing on you. The Three of Pentacles, being true to the authentic you. Again, not feeling and being influenced by, well, this is the kind of person I should like or supposed to like or whatever. I get to choose who I want. Um, and I like that. And the Hierophant, yeah, definitely been your higher self has been bringing you a lot of capital T truths around that and discovering. And it's through going through the letters of the alphabet, singing the alphabet song, really determining what it is that you want and not needing to commit to anything, but just seeing what is out there, who is out there, what what does tickle my fancy, what doesn't, and not needing to jump into anything, but allowing yourself to interact with people without giving your heart away in the first 15 minutes. I know how that is. No judgment here, culprit. But it's amazing this journey that you're on. So that's a big piece of the changes that you've had. Oops. No, but it's good because you're like, you don't just um here in the United States we have like what is that? Costco. And if you ever I don't have a membership, I hardly ever go to it, but they have like little samplers all over the place. So you could sample things and then you can buy the whole big package of it, right? And so it's like you're sampling, you're going through Costco, you're going through this place, is sampling, seeing what it is before you buy the whole thing, right? Or if you ever go to like a butcher or pastry shop or something, you're like, can I just have a taste of that to see if that's what I want? Or like here, you can also do it at ice cream places. They have little spoons. They're like, can I try some of that? And they give you a little wooden stick with some, and you go, can I try some of that? And you just try it till you're like, oh my God, I want, 3 scoops of that, and that's kind of what they're showing me. Too funny. I must be getting hungry. Let's take a look. So, what does your fortune cookie say here through the Soul Symphony card deck? What else about your energy? Yeah, I like that. So, really facing jealousy too, right? And getting to the root of that, talking behind backs, being envious, pettiness, attention seeking. So that's something that's changed too, and that changes with all that other stuff, right? Of um, well, I like them, but why do they like those other people? It's like really this figuring out, going, realizing that people will always show you who they are and that it's for you. So if you're interested in someone and they're interested in someone else, you're like, thank you for showing me that you're not the one for me. Thank you for saving me that trouble, you know, um, as well. Yeah. And so this is this beautiful transformation that's happening because you're realizing, yeah, people always show you exactly who they are for you in your life through mirroring or through their actions. And you're like, oh, thank you for showing me that. Like, I think I've probably talked before about when I used to be a manager in call centers and stuff, and I would have to, I mean, I wouldn't have to, I would help interview people for different positions within the company too. And if someone didn't get a position, we would meet with them and give them feedback on, this is some stuff that you can work on. This, what we were looking for. Someone had more, more experience, more qualifications. So these are some things you can do to be in competition. So, interview again, but these are some things you can do. Well, one time when I was meeting with someone that was going for like a coaching position, and I said, all right, I just wanted to let you know that you weren't selected this time around. They were like, oh my God, you guys don't know what you're doing and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, thank you for showing me that we made the right decision and not choosing you because you're not ready for that position. It's like, oops, damn, right? So I like that. So boom, people show you that they're not ready for that position, right? Yeah, yeah. So a lot of great changes in energy there. So I really like that for you. So that's what they have for you, Hannah. Thank you again for your additional donation there. Um, so thank you for that. Hey, Needy, not yet. You're actually, I've got one more donation. I did start on some of the free readings, but you're the next free reading. I have one donation, and then I have one of my YouTube channel members, Sean G. And then you'd be up after that, unless I get any other donations or another YouTube member pops in. So you're not too far away. All right. So thank you, my dear. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. So Maria, you're back. You're back. Thank you for your additional donation. So let's jump in here. And let's see what we have here for you. You're so funny. Doing more thinking. It's a thinking Saturday, is it? So Maria, any time frame when you and Wally will be more official? What does official mean for you? Like a grand announcement in the newspaper, or a little pin to show that you're going steady, or what does that mean? Your spirit guides are being sassy. So when will Wally meet your kids and you meet his son? All right. And then is there something you can work on that Wally doesn't like about you? Okay. And then does he like more your natural look, less makeup, versus you wearing more makeup? All right, let's see. Less makeup, more makeup. Let's see what comes in with that. All right. So let's take a look here, Maria. Any time frame when you make things more official. So we have the Seven of Cups and the Full card here. The Seven of Cups is like, this is Wally's emotional state. All these things all over the place. And the Full card is going to be when there's a significant ending and beginning in their life with all this, because it brings it brings clarity to all their emotions, but it also it allows the space for it. So timing, they're not really giving me like days and months and years or whatever. We'll see if anything comes through on your um fortune cookie, but I feel like they're just purposely not giving you like a future date, because they're like, remember, when we get caught in the future, that's where our fears exist. And when we're focusing on, I want to get to there, what does that do? It pushes it further away. So they're kind of saying here, they're telling you it's going to be when a major ending and beginning happens in his life, because he's got so many cups that are being filled right now, so many emotions, so many demands, so many things, that there's not enough emotional energy to make things official, to go, forward in that direction, going forward there, right? Um, so um I feel like that, maybe it is, the official divorce, the official this, the official that, but it's a huge ending and beginning that happens in their life that then comes after that. So there's a lot of things that need to be completed in their life first before that will happen, right? Again, going back to your previous reading, the patience that they have, the temperance card, allowing things to grow. They're not in this rush yet, but because they got all this stuff. It's like starting off, if you're going to go drive cross country, you don't really look at how many miles do we have left when you pull out of your driveway on the East Coast to drive to the West Coast, because you're like, there's so many miles to go in between here. We're really jumping the gun, you know. Excuse me, there's so much distance to cover. and so many things that have to unfold first, if that makes sense. All right. And then when will you meet when will he meet your kids and you meet his son? All right, let's take a look here. The Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Very, very emotional individual here. You know, the Queen of Cups. She's rolls over emotion. She gets a second portion of cups, so she's the master of emotion that comes in here too. And you know, all of these what are these planets? You got all this the wheel turning here, and all those little things behind her remind me of moon, and she's very connected to moon energy. But it's all about the cycles of the moon. It's all about in time. And I I it's like again, and kind of just jumping back to the first thing, both of these two questions are so interconnected with timing and the future. You can kind of apply everything we talked about in the first one, the second one with this, because they're talking about in the perfect timing, you know, all the moon cycles happen in order and it will happen. It's just, it'll happen when it's ready, when it's the timing for it. And I just feel like they're kind of taking you from the future and bringing you back to the now. Like, come back to the now, come back to the now. It will happen, it will unfold based on current energies with where you're going, but it's a bit early. Again, we're jumping the gun, you know, is what your spirit guides are saying. It's like, just come back to now. Focus your energy on what you love about what you have now. Because if you don't, you're going to push all that further away. When we, it's like when we focus on the future, we push the future further away, right? Uh, and that's what that does there. So it's like I want to know, when are we going to be more official? Well, if we focus on it, it pushes it and pushes it and pushes it, right? Because gratitude draws things to us, wanting, needing pushes it away, right? So just be aware of that. Is there something you can work on that Wally doesn't like about you? Hmm. Well, we got the Lovers card. And the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords, you know, the Two of Swords is the battle between the head and the heart in the Lovers card. This has to do with you battling in your head and how your heart and head battle over things. And this is the thing. I mean, everything we've talked about up to this point is really, it's not that he doesn't like it about you, because I don't feel like you overly communicate it, but I feel like the thing that you can work on is, um, to help enhance your relationship is the balance between your head and your heart, right? And that's the struggle. That's the expectations versus the gratitude of the heart. And because this is a great opportunity for you while it's taking time for things to grow and for us to get across country, right? This is the more you focus on gratitude around what you love about them, what they bring into the relationship, what the relationship brings to you, what who you are in the relationship and what you love about yourself, the more gratitude you share with them about what you love about them, then you're getting in this habit of not focusing on expectations and what they're not doing and what you wish would happen. Instead, you're enjoying the journey. And that is what draws you guys even closer together because he's in that energy of not wanting to go from one cage into another, right? He's wanting to kind of free himself from all these expectations, to be able to be independent and to enjoy the adventure and then but enjoy the adventure with you. And with you pulling into that too, then you guys are these adventure mates that he doesn't want to do it with anyone else, but he also doesn't want to be like, um, so when are we getting married? When does this happen? When is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? You know, because that just pushes him away, right? So I feel like that's the thing that you can develop and expand, right? It's not that you need to fix it. It's not something that's wrong with you, but it's something that will help your relationship grow. And if you look at it that way, that feels very healthy. And and then, does he like you more with natural makeup or with wearing more makeup? Natural, we have the Five of Swords. That's funny. The battle between the head and the heart, and more makeup. And I feel like between these here, I feel like this Five of Swords is that they like you either way. I mean, it's it's a different thing because we got the Justice card, which is the balancing of the scales, and they're like, "There's things I love about you when you wear makeup, and there's things I love about you when you're natural too." And so they love both of these because we've got the Empress energy, which they feel this is creativity and Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and also sensuality. That's what I was looking for. Like you have sensuality that is of who you are. The Empress is who you are. Doesn't matter what your face looks like, your energy exudes that there. And they have the Ten of Pentacles. They feel like they have the best of both worlds with that here because they feel like you're naturally beautiful. And then when you put on your war paint, that's funny. He's like, "You're ready for war," that it's a special treat, because it's just so different. Not so different, that's not the way to say it. It's just, you, um like, your energy changes when you put on your war paint. I feel like you become more feisty and um more like a warrior princess when you put on your makeup. You're just more I feel like you're more expressive of yourself. It's interesting. That's his impression anyway. All right. And then let's see here. What's your soul symphony card here? Let's see what your fortune cookie says here. Oh. So I like it. So after they say all that, just realize that that is a future based on current energies, building foundation, feeling safe, starting a family. So togetherness. So I love that that comes out there for you because that is gives you a little bit of after we've gone through all that and you're like, okay, I see what's saying there. And you're like, oh, it's like a little cherry on top going. But based on current energies, it is this togetherness, this family. And if you know that that's somewhere down the road based on your current path that you guys are on, then you can just relax. That's funny. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Thank you for your additional donation. All right. And then Sean G, since you are one of my YouTube channel members, you get priority here. Sorry, I didn't see that earlier. So guidance for the week. Let's see here, Sean G. What is the guidance for the week? All right. All righty. So you have the Five of Swords here, which is the battle between the head and the heart, and the King of Cups, which is the balance between the head and the heart. So it's like there's this the guidance for the week is how can we say this? Okay, so the head will try to control the heart when the head is making the decisions because it's like no you decide this stuff and it's caused us pain in the past so I got to protect you. And so the mind tries to override the heart. But if we change that power dynamic and say, um, have a meeting with your head and your heart and go, okay, so up to this point, you've been leading and we've had experiences, but now we're going to try a new experiment. I'm going to let the heart lead. And the mind is like, what? No way. Blah, 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 right. And it's like, but mind, shh, 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 and you're like, what? And you're like, but you're gonna support them. What? Really? I get to support them? Yeah. So the heart is gonna tell you what they'd like to head for and do, and you're going to come up with all the ideas and present it to them. Oh, that's great. And I'm not responsible. I can just give them the stuff. Yeah, but the heart's going to decide. And it's like, cool. All right. I like this new idea, because it allows new creativity to come into the mind and to be expressed. So I feel like there's this power dynamic, and the guidance for the week is to close your eyes and open your heart as much as you can, and let your heart guide and lead the way, but let your mind support that as well. But let the heart be the leader, and see what new creativity comes through your mind there. All right. So that's what they have for you, Sean. I like it. All right. And then we are back to free reading. So we had left off with Needy Sarvaya. So we're up to you, Needy. So a general reading. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. All right. Got that one and this one. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. There is this disappointment that you have faced here with the Tower card where something or someone was removed out of your life. And so this heartbreak feeling with the suddenness where they're just removed out. They're wanting to bring this up because there is this clarity that can come around here, some healing and transformation that can come through this emotion that's there. Because the heartbreak that we feel is fear, right? It's a prick in our heart. And when we feel that, and when these people, or I mean, not people, but a person or a situation gets removed out of our life, we're like, oh, no, this means something about me, right? This was removed out of my life and it's happening to me. This means I'm not worthy. This is the old mindsets that we were given, right? That, it means I was unlovable. It means I'm not worthy. It means I'm not good enough. It means other people or something's better. Um, and so we use that situation to define our worth when really the truth, that's that capital T truth around the situation, outside of our human perception of it, is that this happened for us. It was removing someone or something out of our life to make space for something that's more in alignment with who you are and who you're becoming. And it's clearing the pathway to allow you to move forward. And so, whatever this was, however long ago it was, and anything that echoed from it too, there's this healing that can happen when we realize and go back and go, yeah, this wasn't about me. You know, like when I wasn't chosen for teams when I was younger, that was fine. Now back then like, you know, when you're chosen last and you think I'm not worthy. I was always the new kid. They didn't know me. They always said, and whatever, whoever wants him, and that when you have that kind of energy, you're like, oh, I suck at athletics or sports or something like that. But you realize that it wasn't about me. That was for me to learn and to face rejection, you know, and to come out of it stronger, right? There's a lot of things that can happen with that. And I just feel like right now, Spirit is bringing up those things to have you really look at it, because when they happen, especially early in our life, they echo and echo and echo and echo. And even though we're feeling some old emotions, they just keep repeating themselves and echoing into our lives till we go back and look at it, because it's echoing. Like our little inner child has a charged emotion and they're in the basement and they're banging on the pipes. They're trying to get our attention, going, I have this charged emotion. Can you take this off my hands, please? Clang, clang, clang on the pipes, right? And we're like, why is that still echoing? That was so long ago. But it's like, oh, because there's a charged emotion that we can transform. So I feel like that's what they have for you, Needy. Hopefully that resonates. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right, let me scroll down here. So we've done that one. We did those. We did those. All right. And Faith and Love. Hello, hello. So you are up next. Good morning. Will you move into a place of your own this year? All right. So based on current energies, all right, that must be one of your cards. Came flying out of the deck by itself here. All right. Well, you kinda got the kind of the same message twice here. You have the Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Both of these are about seeing things from a higher perspective and gaining clarity around things, in your life. So around this place of your own this year. So one, I'm feeling like a change of mindset, that comes in here, and an investigation and gaining clarity around where it is you want to live and what you want to do. So I definitely feel like there, with all this, there's possibilities of you moving into your own place this year. But a big piece of it with getting both of these, because page of the page holds the Ace of Swords. This is all about a change of mindset. And what I mean by that is like, so we always talk about energy and where we're investing it. One thing is to make sure we're not running away from something, trying to get away from something, um, because that lower vibration energy pushes things away. The want, the need energy, right? But when we start focusing and we ask Creator, I'd really like to have my own space, my own place. And I'm grateful that you're going to bring in the perfect opportunity in the perfect way, in the perfect timing, right? And asking for guidance and clarity. What can I do on my end to help bring that about? What, spirit, my spiritual posse, show me the details. What do I need to do? What can I do in the meantime? Um, questioning thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you, that are limiting and restricting about worth and receiving, right? And the emotions that don't serve you, and the energy that doesn't serve you, and purging stuff that you don't no longer need in the outside world too. But really, the energy and the mindset of I'd like to be drawn somewhere, not running from something, if that resonates with you. Um, and I feel like that's the start. That helps you gain the clarity and gain the information that comes from the outside world, and just follow your heart. Let your heart desire it. Let your mind transform and change. But of course, it's all about gratitude. Gratitude for where you live, and gratitude to Creator about what a place would look like and what it would bring you, and the things you'd be grateful for, and living by yourself and having your own place. And when you look at all that, then you feel the energy start to change, and that draws that opportunity to you, instead of, if we're trying to like escape and get away and all that, then that draws in a different energy. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have for you, faith and love. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Kelly Smith, hello from Canada. Hello, hello. A message for energy coming in May. All right, let's take a look here. So, what is coming for you in May? All right. All righty. Well, looky here. So, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which does show that you've been working on something, either mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically, spiritually. I've been putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears. And in May, you're starting to see the fruit of your labor that comes flowing in there. I do feel like it's, um, with the moon card there, I do feel like it's not normally um, a card of suddenness or out of the blue. It's mainly a thing of cycles, which is all about the Eight of Pentacles too. Putting the it's the, you do this, the apprentice who puts in all the work becomes the master eventually. But the moon card is like this, suddenly something emerges from the surface, something emerges and comes forward, and you're like, whoa, there it is. And I feel like it is in May. It comes out of nowhere. Can be emotionally based, being the moon, but I just feel like mainly this energy is about the cycles. And I feel in May, the moon cycles are going to be really important to you. The new moon that happens in May and the full moon that happens in May are going to bring um, awareness around the awards, the rewards, the awards, the fruit of your labor is really going to be seen on there. I feel especially around the full moon. that you're going to have, like, because it's shining bright in your life, right? The big full moon that's shining, and that shows you a lot. Oh, I see it all. And then the new moon offers you an opportunity to plant new seeds, because I feel like you're getting some fruition, some completion that comes with the full moon in May, and then you're able to plant new seeds during that time too. So I like that for you, Kelly Smith. I like it. I like it a lot. Right. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. So let's take a look here. Oh, Faith and Love, you said you heard someone say a few weeks ago that we should say, I get to instead I have to, such as I get to go to work instead of I have to go to work, because it shows gratitude and there's others who don't get to. I love that, Faith and Love. Yeah, I get to go to work. I also add into that where I could. I replace should with could. My to-do list with my could-do list, because it takes the pressure off and it's like it puts the choice back into me. I could go or I could not, but I like that. Um, I get to is gratitude, energy. Um, so I get to and I could go to work or I could not. And I could also be looking for a new job if I do that long enough. All right, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Sorry, I just saw it now. All right. And then widowed Timmy, you are up next here. Let me just scroll down here. You're welcome, Needy. All right, so free reading. So it says the question is you have is what is the final outcome to be concerning the trouble between your friend Don and you? Does she want to be more than friends? All right, let's take a look here. Hello, hello. Thanks for hanging out. You're welcome, Faith and Love. All right. So let's look here. So Don, let's take a look here. So based on current energies, what's the final outcome? And then does she want to be more than friends? Okay, let's see what we got going on here. So the final outcome, ooh, we have the Ace of Swords here. The Ace of Swords is a lot of clarity and communication coming in here. They're being very mysterious. Let's see what this other one is. Do they want to be more than friends? Yeah, so right now, based on current energies, yeah, she is very hard to read. And I see why with the Seven of Cups, because she is emotionally confused. Clarity will come here. But I feel like because when we read the future, the future is, I mean, there's all these possibilities. And if she's standing at a point where she's so confused and she doesn't know what she wants emotionally, then it's like it's like a compass that's moving like this. What direction are we going? I don't know. Someone put a magnet on the compass and it's kind of all over the place. And based on the current energies, it's like who knows? And this even looks like a compass. Who knows if it's going to point true north or not? Because she's at a decision point in her life that can take her in a variety of different directions, and she hasn't decided yet. One of them takes you guys on that route there, but there's a lot of emotional confusion that comes in with the Seven of Cups. Just a lot of different emotional influences that are going on inside of her about what she wants, where she wants to go, who she wants to be, who she wants to be with, what she wants in life. I don't know. It's like almost like a midlife crisis energy, um, but it's just all over the place. Just not that she's emotionally unstable. She just has so much emotional, again, they're saying that word, emotional influence that she's not sure what she wants. And she's waiting for clarity to come in. And so are you, obviously, with this Ace of Swords, which is like this gift of the universe that things will, you will receive clarity. And I feel like it's soon that you'll receive clarity on this. Um, so you won't have to wait much longer, because I feel like she's reaching a point Like, you know how like you're on a freeway and you either have to continue going on the freeway or exit this way or exit this way. She's like reaching the exit where it's you either have to go that way, or it has to go this way. So, um, what are you going to decide? You have to, you have to make a decision because not making a decision is also a decision. I feel that's coming on here. So I definitely understand. Like she's very hard to read because she doesn't know what she wants, so she's sending mixed messages and mixed emotions out. Um, and so I get it. And right now, the journey is wait, right? Wait and see what is decided here, or you can ask for clarity too. I know that's not the fun. That's not the fun thing, right? you know, because it's like, well, I don't want to push it, and then that pushes them into the no that they don't want anything. But sometimes if we're waiting, and if we need to make decisions, that's when we can ask and go, "Hey, do you ever think that you'd want more than friends?" And if they're like, "Oh God, no," then you're like, "Oh, well that helps me make my decision," Or if they're like, "Well, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. I'm confused." Yeah, patience requires no effort. Oh, wise Timmy. That's very true, right? It requires no effort, physically, right? But inside, ugh, that's why our patience is tried, right? I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. But I like that. So glad that helps a lot there, Timmy. And thank you again for your question. Hopefully we'll see you around some more. Right. And then Swaroop Bobby, you're up next. So a career reading. Any new job coming in the next 2 months? All right, let's see what Spirit has here for you. Turmoil inside, calm outside, right? Smooth duck gliding along the water while inside. All right. Career reading for you, Swaroop. Let's see what we got going on here. Any job offers in the next 2 months? Oh, we get 3 cards. So we've got, sorry, Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight. Let's see what else is here. Okay. So I see why they had 2 different cards. So your Knight of Pentacles is going on the current job search very slow, very little growth, very slow growth with a job, right? But there is hope. Yay! Because you have the Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is about going a different direction than you would have gone before. And the Queen of Wands, she it's her energy that she can really focus on something and make things happen, but it's her with her energy deciding. And the Three of Wands, this combination basically is telling me that's where the hope is that instead of going the direction you normally would, it's like altering, looking for a job in a different place you normally would, or a different career, or a different city, a different country, a different is the word. Not doing what we've always done and going where we've always gotten, but going in a different direction that um it's different. They keep on saying different. I'm like, we get it. We get it. Different. Okay. So we're they're just like really iterating. Capital D, capital I, capital F, ERID, It's like, okay, a different path. Seek a different path. That other path is a dead end. And they're like, it's time for a change. It's time to alter your course. Time to look in like I said, a different place, a different company, a different country, a different city, different, is obviously the message. Um, because the other one is, it's like expecting, um, this is funny, expecting fruit to bloom on an artificial tree. They're like, "It ain't gonna happen. You need to go find a real tree." And this is where they have been pointing you to a different direction because it'll be fruitful and you're like, "Oh my god, this is great." That artificial tree was never gonna grow fruit. So, hopefully that makes sense, Swaroop. That's what they have for you right now. Right, so many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Shanji, thank you so much for your donation there. Let me just see where we're at here on the free readings, just real quick. I think I'm done. Let me see. Shush, 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 shush. We did that. We did those. We did those. We did those. And the rest of these are comments, I believe. Yeah. So thank you for your donation. Appreciate that. And via the CashApp, are you going to meet someone like-minded, some like-minded female friends in your age group and industry that you can network and build and hang out with? I feel like all my friends left. Oh, your friends have cleared the path for someone exactly like you're saying for a group like that, right? So let's take a look here and see what Spirit has here for you. So, are you going to, and what else we can know about that? I feel like you are. I just feel like we'll see what the card says, but I feel like you're getting the tower energy here somewhere, and we'll see if it. The tower card on the bottom of the deck. So, so there we go. Exactly as they're saying, you know, people are being removed out of your life to make space for something that's more in alignment with who you are now and your energy and where you're headed too. So I love that. Gotta love spirit. I feel like you're getting the tower card energy. Well, that's the bottom of the deck energy. That's the whole theme of your reading is that things are being moved out of your life for you to make space for you for these new connections. So I love this for you. Let's see what else they have here. So you have the Four of Cups. Yeah, the Four of Cups is this boredom, this emotional, like we reach a certain stage and then stagnancy. And this is why um the lightning bolt had to hit to remove people out to get flow again, to take you to a new level of emotional connection. Um And that's kind of what happens if we have a whole group of friends who aren't really kept staying up with us and in the direction we're going, but we're like, well, we've been friends forever and and I don't want to tell them no, so I don't have time to have that. But when the space is created for you to be able to do that, then it's like, wow, I love that. So this is happening on purpose for a purpose for you. Yeah, you have the Ace of Swords, so I do feel like you'll get clarity and communication soon. And the King of Pentacles is this abundant feeling, so this is definitely a yes, that you will meet like-minded people. And in fact, this Ace of Swords kind of feels like this, like you initiating something too. Because I feel like you're not the only one who would like that, but everyone's waiting for someone to create something. Well, if anyone's gonna do it, girl, it's you, right? So, I like this. Bottom of the deck too, you have the 10 of Wands, which is putting in the energy to get the reward from it, to get the harvest, even if it's creating a meetup group on some sort of meetup site or something, or even checking it out and see if the one already exists there. I'd imagine in New York City, um, that there's a lot of creative people there among all those millions of people. Um, but so, and that could be a start. Like it's like, oh, those meetup groups are so bleh. They're like meat markets or dating sites. It's like, yeah, They can be. Um, but I feel like if you go to an event, you'll meet some people and they're like, "Oh my god, it's so refreshing to have someone here that's not after me," you know? And you're like, "Yeah, they don't feel organic." And then you're like, but like I feel like you'll it's like going into it's funny how spirit is showing this. It's like going into like a fruit store, like a grocery store, and a lot of the fruit has been picked through. And so you look at it and go, "All this stuff is overripe and whatever." And you're like, "Oh, look, here is one beautiful piece of fruit." And you get to pluck them from that and go like, "Hey, you know what? Would you be interested in like starting our own group, that focuses on this and this?" And they're like, "Oh my god, I've been wanting to do that forever." And then you go to another group meeting or whatever, and you're like, "Look, there's another pluck." It's like you're plucking the little fruit, the good fruit from these things that are like you, that you're like trying it. Like, well, maybe I'll meet someone. And they're like, "Oh my God, I was thinking the same thing. I was hoping I'd meet someone that's not, the normal." And I feel like that's the kind of energy that's there. Let's see what else we have here. Yep, the emperor. Yeah, so this is that you deciding what you want and um, creating a plan and putting energy behind it. And you can create this community. Um, and I like that you're the emperor, you're the leader of it because you will have your roles, you will put your not like rules, that sounds like a little bit much, but you'll have your filters to make sure you maintain the integrity and the like you said, the making it feel organic. Yeah, the 9 of Pentacles. This is independent. Again, this independence energy. And that is this look at another 9 of Wands, all these nines, which is all about starting it yourself. And the 5 of Swords, yeah. The battle between the head and the heart coming in, right? Didn't we get this? This is what you got for the week, right? For your weekly guidance? Yeah. Let your heart lead and let your mind organize it all, right? So I love that energy that they're bringing that in. So wasn't that your earlier reading? But I do love this about they're like, um, it's like the community is needing a leader, and I feel like you're being asked to lead, and you're being asked to step up or help lead anyway. You don't have to do it yourself, but with all this nines energy, it's like you hold the power within you to do this and to step forward with it. So I love that for you. You're like, you don't have enough to do already. It keep you out of trouble. Not where there's a will, there's a way, right? Both in getting in trouble, but also in creating things. And then let me grab your fortune cookie here too. All right. And this is from the Soul Symphony card deck. All right. What do they have here? Ooh, look it. So you got earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's very grounded energy or organic, right? Very earth energy. And this is about building. This is about um I love this because like I'm a Capricorn rising, so Capricorn always kind of jumps out to me, of course. But that's about the work, but it's also about the organization and the tasking and the building. But I love all this very organic energy. um, yeah, I think. Let me see here. It was well, it was, but not right before this one. Let's see. So let's see. We did Swaroop, Widowed Timmy. It was a few before here. I can't remember exactly when it was because we've been bouncing in and out of free readings and donations and stuff today. Usually it's like donation, 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 and then I come back and do everything else. But we've been a little light today, so we've been bouncing in between them all. So I feel like it was in the last like probably half hour ish. Sorry. Okay, very good. It was a good one though. I feel like if it's the one I'm remembering, it was about um this is the week to it's a power dynamic change between your brain and your heart kind of scenario if I remember it. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for your donation. I love this for you and I'm excited. All right, everybody. Well, that is actually all of the readings today. So I will be back this evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time for more readings if you'd like to join us. Ooh, heart coherence meditations. That sounds great. Beautiful, beautiful. Let the heart lead and let the brain support it, I think is what your message was. I love that. Oh, and if you guys are interested in any other messages, of course, I do have personal readings available that are on sale. And here, let me just pop that out here. So the Crazy Zen Supercell for personal readings is out there. We had the Pisces. Oh, I need to fix something in here. The Pisces. Let me just move this out of the way here. New Moon reading came out this morning. Sorry. Here is the link to that, which is next week on the 27th. We also had the quest for the Ocean Rider come out this week too. And that helps us with our emotional journey, which is a lot of emotional energy popping around. We also have our Zen Bytes, which are quick little videos that talk about how to maintain our Zen or return back to our Zen. And then, of course, Pisces season is upon us. So happy birthday to all you Pisces sun babies. Here's the video that talks about that. And it actually breaks down for each individual zodiac sign some energy around that about what area of your life that you can nurture yourself during this time too. So I like it. Joe Dispenza has a good one. Oh, very cool. Yeah, no problem. There's so many wonderful sources out there, right? Right, everybody. So I shall return and thank you again for all the thumbs up, all your love, all your support, and your thirst for hearing from Spirit. And remember, as we're going through our adventure, that every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. And much love. And remember, have fun. We'll see you soon.